Hello and welcome to the Wellness Rock Show with your host, Stephanie Deal. This is a sacred space where we dive deep into 5 pillars: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial to create optimal wealth in your life. In each episode, I will be your faith-filled friend guiding you on a transformative journey towards a godly and vibrant life. Whether you're seeking peace within spiritual leadership, inspiration for your wellness journey, or practical strategies for a successful lifestyle, Stephanie and the Wellness Rock are here to nurture every facet of your existence. Join us as we embark on a sacred quest to align the body, mind, and spirit in harmony with God's design. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. I am so happy to be here with all of you. Today, I'm actually coming live to you guys on a Saturday night. And I've never recorded on a Saturday night, so this will be a little fun and interesting because I just felt inspired and following the inspiration. What do we have for you guys tonight? Today, we're going to be talking about leadership and really just discovering your inner leader. Because truthfully, I think that everybody has a leader within inside of them. Not just the CEOs or not just the parents or not just the teachers or not just leaders of a church or an organization. I truly believe that everybody has an inner leader. Everybody is leading something, whether you're influencing someone on social media, whether you're leading someone to buy a car, whether you're leading someone to giving directions. Everybody has this type of leadership, but what really defines a leader? And it really is just the ability to guide, influence, and inspire others to achieve a mutual goal. So yes, a leader within an organization is supposed to lead the team in a way that others may not be able to. But that's what puts them as a leader or in that leadership position. But when you think about it even deeper, we all lead somebody. We all have an influence on somebody, and we all have a different way of making someone do something. So when it comes to leadership, I really want you to understand the aspects of a leader, because that is really what sets them apart from the rest of everyone else and what gives them the opportunity to step into that leadership. So it really has to do with vision and direction. When you see a leader, they're typically visualizing, they're envisioning like going further, and how are you going to get there? So that's that vision and direction piece of it. So it's visioning where we're going, and not only visioning it, but really having the direction to get from point A to point B. What are we doing? What's the plan? What does that look like? Also, influence and inspiration. When you're a leader, you have to be able to influence people. You have to be able to inspire people, because that is what, again, sets you apart. All of these characteristics are things that set one apart from the other, and that's why they're in that leadership position. But when you think about yourself in terms of these aspects, where do you influence? Where do you inspire? Where do you envision different things, and how can you direct people? So it also comes down to decision making. Good leaders are great decision makers. And this is definitely one that I can always get better at myself, because sometimes I'm like, I don't like making decisions, especially when it comes to food. Don't ask me where we're going for food. I don't want to decide. I don't like deciding. I don't like deciding where we're going to go eat. I'm not picky. I will find something anywhere. So therefore, please don't ask, because I do not like deciding where we're going for food. But when it comes to other decisions, like what we're doing for an event, how much we're charging, if we're charging, are we providing food? I'm pretty good at making those types of decisions. But like I said, I can always be better in making, game time decisions. And sometimes decision making doesn't always mean like right in that moment either. Sometimes you need a moment. Sometimes you have to do a pros and cons list. Sometimes you have to do a Venn diagram. Whatever it may be, you have to be able to make decisions in those different circumstances. Also, communication, adaptability. You have to be able to communicate, and you have to be able to adapt. when it comes to communication, sometimes communication can be so tricky, but it is one of the most important aspects of any type of relationship, any form of leadership, anything in life, really. You have to be able to communicate. Just recently, I had a situation with one of my employees, and there was a lack of communication. And I literally said to her, I said, I have to walk away. We will talk about this when I get back. And I left. I ran and did some errands, came back, communicated about the situation, and we were able to understand each other on a better level. And that's really what it comes down to. Communicating what you need in that moment, and then coming back and communicating so that the two of you can come together. The two of you, the team, whatever it may be, there has to be that communication piece where both parties understand. Same thing in a relationship, whether it's with your friend or your significant other, you have to be able to communicate what you need, because nobody's going to be able to read your mind. And that's the thing that I think I've learned. One of the things that I think, because I've learned a lot these past couple of years, but one of the things that I think I've learned most over these past couple of years is that people cannot read your mind. People cannot understand what you're thinking without you literally explaining to them, hey, this is how I feel. This is what I need. I didn't like this. I liked this. There has to be a communication aspect there. And leaders are really, really good at communicating what they want, what they need, who they want to be. They know what they want, so they're very clear with communicating that with others. There's been so many instances where I've just had to adapt in situations, and you just have to roll with the punches. You just got to roll with what's going on, and that's really what makes a great leader. I'm not going to go into depth within all of these. I'm just going to explain a couple more aspects of what really makes a true leader. So empathy, integrity, accountability, delegation, and then just like continuously learning. So all of those are great qualities and aspects that really explain what a leader is and who a leader can be. So first, I want to ask you, are there any of those aspects on that list where you're, maybe I am a leader? Because like I said in the beginning of this episode, I truly believe that everybody has an inner leader inside of them. Whether you have one quality on that list or whether you have all 12 on that list, you're a leader. And all of these qualities can be learned over time. All of these qualities can be a part of that continuous learning. And I believe that I have these qualities, but I wouldn't say that I'm an expert in all of these qualities. And that is something that I want to be. Like, I want to be the best leader that I possibly can, because in order for me to have the best team that I absolutely want, I have to be the best leader. I have to be the person that shows up every day when they don't want to. I have to be the person that communicates effectively so that the rest of the team is in alignment with where we're going. I have to be the person to make decisions, executive decisions that aren't always easy. The decisions that I've had to make recently have not been easy, but it's a part of being a leader, and it's a part of that leadership, and it's a part of growing and evolving and developing. And it's so exciting when you really dive into who it is that's doing it, who the leader is. And that leader is you. That leader is Stephanie. That leader is whoever is listening right now. Put your name in front of that. Say, blank is a leader, because you are. If you're listening to this episode, you're obviously interested in leadership. You're obviously interested in growing. You're obviously interested in evolving. So what type of qualities do you need to acquire to become a spiritual leader, a leader in any type of situation? So with all of that being said, obviously I kind of explained how these traits and aspects have portrayed within my business, and I'm continuously evolving within them, because when you own a business, your vision is always expanding, and it's always something different. My vision is not the same for Garden City Nutrition in the beginning than it is right now, because you grow, you see new things, you develop new things. You're like, maybe it's possible that I can do that. And now when I get that vision, I'm just like, okay, I know that my visions are meant for me, and I know that I'm capable of doing them. And that's what comes over time too, is when you step into one vision, you become confident enough to step into another vision and another vision and another vision, because you know what's possible. You know what you're capable of. You have that confidence to make those decisions. You have that confidence to direct people and influence people and inspire people, because you've done it once and you can do it again. But to say that and to bring it back a little bit, you cannot do that and realize that you have those qualities if you don't do it in the first place. And I was just talking to somebody this week. I had a meeting with this amazing woman, and she's actually going to be a guest on the podcast coming in a couple weeks. So I'm very excited for that. But she said something to me. She said, if you don't try, then you already told yourself no. Basically saying, if you do not even put yourself out there to try and give it a chance, you already told yourself no. You already told yourself that you can't do it. And what makes you think that you can't do what anybody else is doing out here? What makes you think that you can't be the best videographer out there? What makes you think that you can't be the best business owner out there? What makes you think that you can't be the best YouTuber who's making cakes in their kitchen? What makes you think that? Because it's not true. Because if you truly believe that that is something that you want to do, you are capable of it. You are capable of anything. And I say this all the time. Can we please get it in our minds that we are capable of literally anything? Because if it's in alignment with the will that God has for our lives, God is going to give us the strength, the power, the courage, the grace, the mercy, the love to accomplish that. And mind you, I discussed this last week. It's not peaches, it's not cream, and it's not butterflies. But when you have God walking through it with you, you're not going to not experience storms. You're going to go through storms. You're going to go through trials. You're going to go through tribulations. But God is walking through it with you. And He cares more about your character than He does about your comfortability. God is not going to keep you in a comfortable position to keep you comfortable. He cares more about your character and you growing and evolving to develop yourself more to be like Jesus, to shine your light, to shine who you really are in this world, because you're capable of so much more than you think. And the key to really stepping into leadership is embracing opportunities for growth. Because when you are thinking of all the aspects that I described in the beginning, and I'm going to go through them one more time just so that we have a clear understanding. So it's vision, direction, influence, inspiration, decision making, communication, adaptability, empathy, integrity, accountability, delegation, and continuous learning. Those are really key aspects of leadership. And I want you to pause this episode if you need to and write those down, because I really want you to think about what aspects you want to become better at. Because it's not about what anybody else thinks of you. It's not about what you think of yourself. It's what you want to do. It's always an opportunity to think better of ourselves. I know you may think right now in this moment that you're not a leader or you don't have the qualities to be a leader, but are there qualities on that list that you want to acquire into your life? Do you want to become a better visionary? Do you want to become a person who is able to delegate tasks? I have not always been the person to delegate things. And trust me, I still struggle with it. People will ask me, hey Stephanie, do you need help with something? I'm like, no, I got it. Because I'm so used to doing everything myself. I'm so used to being so independent. I don't even let people carry a freaking box for me because I'm like, no, I can do it. No, I can do it. But guess what? That is something that I have to learn. I've delegated a lot. I've let things off of my hands. I've trusted people. I've taught people to do what I've done so that I can completely delegate it and let it go. But there's still room. There's still things that I have to learn to delegate. There's still things that I have to learn to say, you know what? I don't have to do everything myself. I can let other people help me. It's hard. It's hard when you've done it for your whole life and you've just become independent and you don't want to accept other people's help. But that is what comes with growing and evolving. And that's what I'm saying, is embracing those opportunities for growth. So I want to give you guys a couple practical tips to take while stepping into this leadership. There's so many resources out there to really become a better leader. And I've read a couple, and there's still more that I want to read, but John C. Maxwell has some